Good morning, everyone. Good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the Saturday show. I'm Carl, your host, and joining me is Stefan. Good morning, Stefan.
Morning, everyone. Morning, Carl. Morning, guys.
Yeah, we've got a huge weekend, haven't we? With all the good fixtures
Yes.
coming up today. So we'll discuss that in a second as well. But listen, let's talk about the week we've had. We did the transfer deadline day special, yourself and I, and also Reese joined us later on.
Ooh.
What a day we had, didn't we?
Woo! What a day. What a day, but what a fun day it was too. And we had some funny moments in there as well.
We did. We certainly did as well. If anyone missed, if they did get to watch it, please watch it on our channel as well. And hit the like and that subscribe button as well. Also hit the hype button as well. And we have now got up to about 145 subscribers over the past week, so that has been huge for us. We're trying to get to
Yep.
150 by the end of February. That's what we want to do as well. So hit that subscribe button as well. So let's get through the fixtures for today as well. We've got the Premier League games between Manchester
Ooh.
United against Tottenham Hotspur at 12:30. Man United haven't got an
Yeah.
unchanged side. Christian Romero, despite his outburst after earlier this week, he still starts in the squad as well. So all that is happening. And then we've got Bournemouth at home to Aston Villa at 3 o'clock. Arsenal at home to Sunderland. And a relegation battle between Burnley against West Ham United. Fulham against Everton at Craven Cottage. Chelsea go away to struggling Wolves. While it's a 5:30 game between Newcastle against Brentford. 3 games in the Scottish Cup round. We've got Dunfermline against Celtic Hearts. Patrick Fisher go away to Elgin City, and Celtic at home to Dundee at 5:30. And then you see these times at 12:31 and at 3:01. Those are just for every minute matters, a part of the EFL campaign of every minute matters due to with heart disease as well. So 3 games in the lunchtime kickoff. Derby at home to Ipswich Town. Blackburn go under Chris Coleman, go away to Norwich City. Southampton home to Watford. Managers Leicester, who have got that 6-point deduction, they go away to Birmingham City. Courage at home to Oxford United. Hull City at home gets Bristol City. Pots to go up to Preston, West Brom at home to Stoke City, and Wrexham against Millwall. That's the battle for the playoff spots going on as well, which Stefan will keep an eye on during today as well. Also, 2 games in lunchtime kickoff in League One. Luton Town against Bradford City. Albert and I will go away to Port Vale. AFC Women gets ready at 3 o'clock as well. Barnsley go away to Bolton. Huddersfield Town, who's still unbeaten under Liam Manning, they go at home to Blackpool. Exeter City gets go away to Mansfield Town. Northampton against Stevenage. Peterborough gets Wigan Athletic. Plymouth Argyle against Lincoln City. Rotherham United against Cardiff City, Stockport County against Leyton Orient, and Wycombe Wanderers against Doncaster Rovers, and 2 lunchtime kickoffs in League Two. Crawley Town against Crewe Alexandra, Swindon against Old Athletic at 12:31. At 3:01, the kickoffs, Bristol Rovers against Chesterfield, MK Dons go away to Cheltenham Town, Colchester at home to Shrewsbury, Fleetwood against Bromley, Tranmere Rovers go away down to Kent to face Gillingham, Harrogate against Cambridge United, Newport County against Grimsby Town, Notts County against Barrow, and Walsall against Barnet. And then the games in the National League at 3 o'clock. The couple of games has to be postponed in the National League. Brackley Town gets Solihull Moors, and Gateshead and Braintree Towns will be postponed, and working against Bournemouth as well. So all the games we have today is the big game at 3 o'clock between York City against Forest Green Rovers and Rochdale against Carlisle United as well. Also the two former Football League clubs, Scotland against Southampton United as well. Keep an eye on those. Make sure those fixtures are still arranged for today as well. 1 game in the Scottish League One is being postponed. Peterborough Athletic. So it's Cove Rangers against Queen of the South, and Invercargill Thistle against East Fife. And then Scottish League 2, Edinburgh City at home to East Kilbride. Dunbar go away to Forfar, and Strong against Anion Athletic as well. Let's go across all the European as well. Rather the match being postponed as well. So we do have the 3 kickoff between Barcelona against Mallorca, Sevilla against Genoa, and Real Sociedad against Elche at 8 o'clock. And then a couple games in the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich, they played last night. So they played this week, already played this weekend. So it is the key game at 5:30 is Borussia Mönchengladbach against Bayer Leverkusen. But Borussia Dortmund go away to Wolfsburg at 2:30, while Stuttgart away to St. Pauli as well. And in Serie A, some 2 huge games as well. Genoa against Napoli at 5 o'clock, and then at 7:45, Fiorentina against Torino as well. And also in the VJ, 20 against Herveen and Spatua. I'll go away to Fort to sit out as well. And then 3 games of league earn. Leon will go away to Nantes, Brett's home to Laurent, and Lawrence against Rennes as well. So let's look at tomorrow's games on Sunday as well. 2 games in the Premier League as well. We've got Brighton against Crystal Palace, while the big game at 4:30 is Liverpool against Manchester City as well. 2 games in the Scottish Cup as well. Rangers at home to Queen's Park.
Going to Queen's Park.
Yeah, could that happen again after what happened last year? Could be another giant killing moment again, but we hope we'll see that. And then the 7:30 kickoff between Stenhouse View against Falkirk, and then Swansea City against Sheffield Wednesday at 12:01. And then a couple of games in the Women's Super League as well. Arsenal against Man City, at Liverpool go over to Aston Villa, and then it's 2:25 kickoff between Tottenham Hotspur and Chelsea as well. And the SPWL 1 as well. We've got Hibernian against Motherwell, Hearts go away to Hamilton, Hearts against Aberdeen. Glasgow Derby between Glasgow City against Celtic, and Montrose against Partick Thistle. In the La Liga game, huge kickoff at 5:30. Atletico Madrid against Real Betis, and Valencia against Real Madrid at 8 o'clock as well. And in the German Bundesliga, Bayern Munich at home to Hoffenheim tomorrow. Well, RB Leipzig go away to SC Cologne as well. And a huge games in Serie A as well. Sassuolo against Inter Milan at 5 o'clock, and then it's Juventus against Lazio at 7:45 as well. And also in Eredivisie, final go away to Utrecht. PSV are still way ahead of the points. They're way to Groningen, and AZ against Ajax at 1:30. And in League 1 itself, we got Nice against Monaco, also as well tomorrow at 2 o'clock. The Riviera Derby as well. We got Paris FC go to Auxerre, and then Strasbourg go to Le Havre, and it's a big game between PSG against Marseille as well. So, and then final couple games on Monday night as well. The championship game between Sheffield United against Middlesbrough at 8:01, and then Villarreal against Espanyol. And then 2 huge games in Serie A, Atalanta under Cremonese and Calgary away to Roma as well. But we do have Premier League fixtures on Tuesday as well, and Wednesday, Thursday, and also the Edinburgh Derby as well. Yes, Chelsea against Leeds United, and then Bob going to Everton, Spurs home to Newcastle, and then 8:15 kickoff between West Ham and Manchester United, and then the Edinburgh Derby between Hearts against Hibs at 8 o'clock as well. And then 3 games in the Championship: Leicester City against Southampton, Norwich go away to Oxford, Birmingham City at home to West Brom as well. And 3 games in League 1 you see on there as well, and League 2. And then on the Wednesdays, that night, again, all the games in the Scottish Premiership will kick off as well. Aston Villa against Brighton, Burnley go away to Crystal Palace, Man City home to Fulham, Nottingham Forest against Wolves, which is another relegation battle, and then Sunderland against Liverpool at 8:15. And then you see the games in the Scottish Premiership: Rangers go away to Motherwell, Celtic home to Livingston, and Kilmarnock against St Mirren, which is as down in the bottom half of the table. And 1 game in the Championship is Charlton against Stoke City, and then a couple of games in League 2, Grace home to Accrington and Newport away to Swindon. And then 1 game on Thursday is Brentford against Arsenal, and it's a Copa del Rey semi-finals between Atletico Madrid against Barcelona. So those are all the fixtures we talked about. Let's get Reese to say good morning to Mr. Reese Russell. Reese. Hey, he's got the shirt on. He's got the Cantona shirt on.
Cantona.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, mic troubles.
I don't know why it does that.
There we go.
There we go.
You go back between systems, it changes your mic sense. I was saying hello. I'm bringing some official trolling to the show.
Does it with me as well, man? I wouldn't worry about it.
Fuck knows. Morning, gents.
Good morning, Michael. We hope you're well. Yeah, Sheffield United. They are coming Leeds 2.0. So, who's all the former Leeds United players at the moment?
Yeah,
so,
really.
Absolutely. No, it's good.
Send the Jimmy Shackleton go back to anyone.
Yeah, absolutely as well. So, no, it's a huge game. We'll get the team news from Manchester United at the moment as well. So, Man United unchanged. There's a 4th time in a row that Michael Carrick is not unchanged. The Man United squad as well. The only change in the matchday squad is Tyler Fletcher. He gets a nod here to share Lacey on the bench. Also for Spurs, they make three changes. Mickey Van der Beek is back from injury with Christopher in centre defence. Yes, Basuna and Colomani have dropped to the bench with Audibert and Papasar come in as well. So the team use here I will bring that up as well, so everyone can see the team that's starting 11. So on the team itself, we have got in goal, Lamens in goal with Diego Dalot, Harry Maguire, Martinez, and Luke Shaw in the back four. In the midfield, two Casemiro and Menu in the defensive midfield. In the attacking up, we've got Ahmed, Bruno Fernandes, Mateus Cunha, and also Brighton Bem up front for Spurs. They have Vicario in goal. Paulinho is playing in the back through Romero and Van der Ven. Gray is on the wings alongside Gallagher and Papasar in the midfield with Udegaard in the left wing back. And up front, Solanke, Seamus and Audibert up front as well. So, yeah, interesting lineup what Spurs do with put Paulinho in the back three. So, really quite interested with that one.
Yeah, I don't know if it's interesting or if it's out of fear. Tottenham... It's almost like Thomas Frank is trying to recreate his very first Premier League Brentford side when they played a back three, but it was basically the underdog mentality. This is why Thomas Frank hasn't worked at Tottenham, in my opinion. He's treating Tottenham like an underdog when he should be treating Tottenham like a favourite. That's why they've been absolutely woeful. It works in the Champions League, but it doesn't work in the Premier League.
No, it doesn't.
But I think personally it's naive to play Paulinho at centre back. I think that takes away his drive. It takes away his midfield control. It takes away his ability to drive forward, unless he's going to be able to rotate between himself and maybe Pape Sarr throughout the game, where there's times where Sarr might go into centre back and Paulinho can drive upfield like a sweeper. I think it's a very risky move, and the way United are playing right now, I'm not going to get cocky. I mean, I know the game starts in 45 minutes, or just about 45 minutes. I'm not doing reverse psychology today. None of that. I don't think Man United are actually.
You don't even need to. I don't think so, Reece. I will be quite safe on this one.
I'm being very honest. I still don't think Manchester United win today. I think people are thinking, Man United are going to win because Tottenham are in such bad form. Are people forgetting that Man United haven't beaten Tottenham in the league in nearly 5 years? Like we have got such a bad record. So don't.
The managers we've had at the same time as well.
We were still winning trophies, and so were they. So it doesn't make a difference. And we were a better team than them the whole time. We're still a better team than Tottenham, and we still didn't beat them. So, with all due respect, if United win today, I'll genuinely be surprised. I will be truly surprised if we beat Tottenham today.
On the flip side, though, if Tottenham keep sticking with Frank to the end of the season, lads, I can see Tottenham being in not a relegation battle, because we already know who's going to go down 99%, but I can see them just hovering around those last 3 spots.
I think he's trying to. I don't expect that to happen to Tottenham. I don't. I think next season they'll be a whole lot better. I think the reason why they're slipping is Thomas Frank is literally, he's went in with the wrong mentality, and I think he's realised it too late.
Yeah.
And it's weird. It's weird he's realised it too late, because they stick to this whole game plan and they're terrible. And then the last 10 minutes, the game plan disappears. And then Tottenham become a completely different animal. Yeah. So why not just play like that for the whole period? They play like a favourite. When they play 80 minutes like an underdog, no wonder they don't win games.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I think for Tottenham to climb back up the table next season, so I don't think it can be done fully under Frank.
Agreed.
I reckon they're going to have to let Frank go, get another manager in, be it in the interim or short term like they do nowadays with virtually every club in the Premier League. And I reckon Frank's level is a team like maybe Brentford, your West Ham, maybe even your Wolves.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't make the step down to the championship because he's already become accustomed to the top league in English football.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's bring the table up because we are going to talk about the relegation battle. I look at the bottom of the table. I said Leeds getting a win and now level on points after winning 3-1 against Nottingham Forest last night. They're now level on points with Spurs and Crystal Palace. Forest and now 6 points ahead of West Ham with Burnley 5 points behind Hammers. Talking about this situation regarding, like I said, Leeds changed their formation, their system again last night. Went to 3-4-3. Really good, effective. Gruev, assisted the first goal for Jayden Bogle, which I'm surprised on that. Most of the back four didn't do enough to keep an eye on Bogle. Spreading down the wings and getting to the middle of the pitch to get that first goal. And I have to say, Leeds looked tremendous last night in the first half, and especially, Okafor getting his first goal since September. I think his last goal came against was Tottenham Hotspur in a 2-1 defeat, actually, and it was such a good change after the job in losing to Arsenal. We didn't dwell on it much, but I have to say, guys, that was a huge win that was needed. That was needed completely because I think, despite the fact we're now not too far from 30 points, at least 9 points away from getting 30 at 40 at least. So,
yeah, I look at the league in general, and the teams that are well above you, like Everton, I said start of the season, I think would be in the top 10. Newcastle, I didn't think would get close. I think they're genuinely shit. Bournemouth, I think they'll improve. Brighton, hot and cold. Tottenham, they are where they are because of the manager. I think you're in such a 6-point dogfight now when you look at the league. It's such a 6-point dogfight. I think the only thing, though, is when I look at Tottenham, Palace, Leeds, I'm expecting more results to come in from all three teams, but I don't expect the league to change as much in terms of position. I think it's not because I don't think the teams above are so much better, but it's like, in the reality is they're being more consistent. I think when I look at the league, like Newcastle are basically leads under Bielsa right now in terms of goals and defense. Like, it's the balance of a 0 goal difference is embarrassing, especially for a team that's apparently so good defensively.
Yeah,
but they're Newcastle have got a good manager in all that sense, but they're extremely overhyped, and their fans will blame PSR when really they just have to admit that they suck. Palace, we already know Glasner's going. It wouldn't surprise me if Palace takes the job that's actually one place above him in the league. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if Palace ends up at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And I think it wouldn't be a bad shout for Tottenham. If they're going to stick with a back three, it only makes sense to play with Glasner, so at least his back three at least isn't so rigid. But I don't know, Tottenham, I don't even know what Tottenham are looking for. Leeds, on the other hand, it was a good result for you against Forest as well. It pulls you 3 points clear, and it gives you a little bit of a breathing gap with the goal difference as well.
I reckon
Leeds and Forest, I think. I'll be surprised if West Ham does catch them, either team. But if you're honest with yourselves, it wouldn't surprise me if Palace, Leeds and Forest do consistently change places for the rest of the season. For the remaining 13, 14 games, or whatever they have, like, I think you'll honestly see some bizarre changes. But then again, the pressure's on Tottenham. Tottenham have got a big game in 40 minutes' time. They lose that. Palace just need a draw to go above them.
Yeah.
And even if that does, that's when the pressure sinks in. We could be looking at Palace going up towards, if Brighton loses as well, Palace could go above Brighton as well. Like, that's another thing. Like, Palace have the chance to go up 2 league places today. So, well, this weekend. So it's massive in general, but West Ham will definitely be thinking, all right, Forest got beat last night. Let's try and take advantage. Wolves, their only ambition now, quite frankly, is not to, well, they can't stay up, but their ambition is simply to not be worse than Derby. And Burnley will simply... They can
March. They got Sunderland out. As well. And then going into April, the home game gets Wolves on the 18th of April. And then we've got 2 more home games between Burnley and Brighton. So Is that the key at both? Well, 2 points per game, mostly get a point away from home is good, critical.
Yeah.
Get the 3 points away at home is more vital.
I agree, and it's just, can they achieve it? That's the only thing. Like, that's the only thing that's stopping them. But we'll see. I think they have a chance, but when you look at it in an honest perspective, it's difficult for Leeds. So, but there's no counting them out. Like, the weird thing is, it says 9 points, but 9, like, 3 defeats. West Ham could easily get 3 wins if they try. All of a sudden, the league changes. So it's going to be a really tight end to the season. I think we can safely say that Everton, Newcastle, and Bournemouth are 100% out of that conversation.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Brighton are still in the conversation, because I don't think Brighton are overall good enough. Like, I don't think they're genuinely good enough at all. Like, the manager's good, but they slipped so badly. So, yeah, I do think we're at that stage where they're in this conversation. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Everton to Bournemouth, you can officially rule them out. I don't see them failing at all for the rest of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just looking at Nottingham Forest, and what did it say? You know, there's been questions about could Marinakis sack Sean Dice at some point and bring a 4th manager in the season. It just, you know,
Why? I'm being totally honest here. Why be like the Premier League version of Watford? And if a manager loses 2, 3, 4 games, I've said this so many times. Sometimes it's a combination of things as to why a team is in the position it's in. Sometimes it's the players revolting against the way the club's run or whatever. Sometimes it's down to manager selection / the players not playing on the day. And sometimes it's down to because you're having your first European season since goodness knows when, since before I was born, I think. And Sean Dyche has publicly come out and said that if you're travelling on a Thursday, playing again on the Sunday, you've got like 1.5 days turnaround time. Yeah, they're professionals. I totally get that. You should be able to sustain. But at the same time, if you've not really done a European Premier League season before, you're going to get tired.
yeah.
And I think sacking managers just for the sake of saying, I'm the owner of the club, I can do what I want, it's clearly not working. My advice would be stick with Sean Dyche at least until the end of the season. Give him a chance to at least get Forest potentially away from the dreaded line, which I think Sean Dyche can do because he was at Burnley for what, 10 years or something? Then he's only really had 2 other clubs. When you look at it, from Burnley, he went to Everton. He kept them up. So I think he can do the same with Forest. But in respect for underneath the bottom line, as it is right now, I think it's going to stay like that because I like the Reese's emphasis on the word try for West Ham. Yeah, they can try, but the fact is, I don't see them getting the 3 wins that we need to move on to 29, 30 points, and only 10 points away from the sort of safety mark, which is 40 points.
Well, the average for a team in 17th actually is around it's 38 points. So it looks like Leeds and Nottingham Forest are on that target because both average at least 3 wins. But for West Ham, especially West Ham, they're going to need more than the 38 points especially.
yeah.
I think West Ham, this is going to sound ambitious for them, but the only way West Ham survives is if they get to 42.
Ooh,
West
That's a
Ham,
huge target.
I honestly think if West Ham want to avoid relegation, West Ham need 22 points. So that means they have to win. They have to win 6 games to get above that. That'll take them. Actually, it will, because if they win 6, actually no, that's not even enough. Win 6 games, that takes them up to 38 points.
No.
So they need to win 9 of the remaining games. 8 wins. If they get another 8 wins, take them up to 13 in the league. Up to 32. If they were to magically West Ham won their next 8 games in a row, that's 24 points. That gets them up to 44.
No
That's
hope in
above the
hell.
average. But it's not going to happen because if you
No
look
hope
at the
in
fixture,
hell of that happening.
the only way that happens if teams really take them lightly, or they play with their heart, not their head.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, lads. I like Nuno as a manager. I like what he done in Wolves.
But he doesn't understand this type of dogfight.
I definitely like what he done at Forest, but he's just not understanding the relegation dogfight in the Premier League. Plus, I don't think
This is the biggest club he's ever managed.
Yeah.
his style of play is suiting West Ham United at all.
Like, no disrespect to Forest, they've won 2 European Cups. That's bigger than West Ham, but West Ham have got far more trophy pedigree than Forest. Like, statistically, anyway, like 2 European Cups is massive, but West Ham's trophy haul is so much bigger than Forest.
Yeah.
This is by far the biggest club he's ever managed,
Exactly.
and he is being found out huge.
For what I've been told, it was in Athletic. If they do get relegated, West Ham, there's no compensation for him if he gets like there's no compensation for him if the team gets relegated.
Which I'm gonna say right now, good, because you shouldn't be rewarded with failure. Good for West Ham for having Sandman in place. Obviously, some people go, "Oh, but they're sacking him. They've got to pay him." No, their objective was to stay, compete, and be a European competing club under Nuno in the Premier League. He's taken them the complete opposite and got them relegated. Why should you get compensation?
Yeah, I must admit, because when Nuno went into West Ham, I'm pretty sure his remit was to consolidate them in the Premier League, because we were still in a pretty risky position when he took over. So his remit would be to consolidate, and then next season build and possibly push for, I would say at best, a Europa or Europa Conference League place.
Yeah.
But as Reece says, and the table doesn't lie, every week on a Saturday night at the back of 10 10 to 12 when you see it on Match of the Day, the table doesn't lie. Where West Ham are now, that's not what their fans don't want to see. That's why there's probably going to be rebellion with the fans in the club. If there isn't already, it wouldn't surprise me if there isn't already.
It has been for the last couple of games. Yeah. It's been bubbling up for a while now. Then it has done. And I look at, especially with the finances. We'll talk about the finances shortly. We'll leave Wolves and Burnley out of this one. But the teams that are fighting, especially with West Ham, in a big stadium like the London Stadium that they don't own, where you got Forest, who got with Marinakis and the situation. I look at Leeds. Leeds did take the gamble on not signing Strand Larsen, who went to Crystal Palace. It just shows, and I'll bring Reese's thing up now. A look at this standing since the end.
That's the league table when. Literally the day that West Ham hired Santo. The league has completely changed since then. Like, Liverpool were top of the league, Palace were the only unbeaten team. West Ham were on 4 points. Behind Burnley, obviously they've now completely eclipsed them. But obviously Manchester United have bounced up the league. Leeds have came down. Like, the league has completely changed. Everton's have only went down 1 position. Bournemouth went down 7. Newcastle, where are Newcastle in this? Where are they?
They're 11th.
Yes, Newcastle went up 4 positions. Like, the league is mental, but in essence, the bottom 3 have stayed the same. The only difference is West Ham and Burnley have changed places and massive points difference.
Yeah.
But that was the league when West Ham hired Santo. So he's had 18 games.
And he's won hardly any.
He's won 5 games. He's won 5 games, drew 8, I believe.
Whoopee.
Are you able to confirm that for me? I'm sure it's 5 wins.
So
Is
5
it 5 wins?
drawn 5.
1-8.
Yeah, so won 5 games, drawn 5 in the Premier League. So could confirm that one. So he's won 4 and drawn 4, pretty much.
And that's their points up. So if anything, this shows just how there's clubs that have, if that had been Watford, they'd probably been on 9 managers by now. But
yeah,
already, which we already know that's their forte. But if you generally look at the league, he's had 18 games. They should be much better. There's no excuses for, especially with the fact that Sean Dyche has gained 21 points in the league since he took over the same day. There is no excuses for West Ham. None. So, like, where is the Nuno excuse? Where's the Nuno question? So if he does get sacked, if they get relegated and he does get sacked, right? Why should he get compensation?
Yeah, since he took over, he's won 5, drawn 5, and lost 10. So it's 20 games he's been in charge.
Horrible record.
But as we all know, lads, when West Ham get relegated, because of the parachute payments, we were talking about this on Sunday past there as well, because of the Premier League parachute payments, they're able to keep at least 80 to 90% of their current squad, which means when they're in the Championship, they'll just freeze it like we've done before, which isn't very fair on other teams in the Championship, as we know. But then also at the same time, it's the Championship, so anything can bloody well happen.
Just watch. I think West Ham struggle in the Championship next season.
You look at what's happened at Leicester, which we are going to go on to right now, and I have to say, we were expecting some news after the last, with the last couple of weeks with what was going on at Leicester, with the points deduction or fine. I feel bad for them.
I feel bad for them.
I feel bad for the fans, but not the board itself, which has been the best. So, I said earlier this week, Leicester have been docked 6 points by the EFL for breach of financial rules. The deduction will be applied immediately after now, which means Forest now fall down to 70-20 players and outside of relegation on goal difference. They were disappointed with the decision and disproportionate. They will review the decision through and consider the options available to them. So yeah.
But
it's their own fault.
Realistically, what options are available to them? They broke the rules. Deal with the bloody consequences.
I'm at the point now where I'm sick and tired of these clubs breaking rules and all that stuff. Like, if you've got an owner that cares, you don't breach the rules. If you've got an owner that doesn't care, the rules are breached. So here's a simple thing, and it needs to be spread thin. And I feel bad for Nathan. He's not going to like this because his club's up the shitter and all in League One, but even though they're top of the league. So I'm going to use a firm example. If you're caught breaking financial rules, there shouldn't be a fine. There shouldn't be a points deduction. Simply, doesn't matter where you are in the league, automatically relegated.
Well, this actually...
No, because there's too many. No, the reason I know that's going to sound I know that sounds incredibly harsh, and I know a lot of people if they're watching are going to come back on me on this. But I'm going to.
No, it's not. We agree with you.
I know some people won't. But the reason why I'm saying it, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off there, Stefan. I'll let you come in a second. The reason why I'm saying this is because too many clubs are getting away with breaking these rules, and they're dumping it on fans to suffer. The fans don't deserve to go down a league. It's those above them that do. Plain and simple, the amount of clubs that keep breaking these rules, relegate them. Let them suffer what it means to be in a lower league and make them earn their way back up and make them earn fixing their finances, because I'm sick and tired of clubs getting away with it. And I say the same thing. If it was Man United that broke rules, I would say the same thing. I don't care about my fandom. I don't care. If you're caught breaking rules, relegate them. Like, I'm sick and tired of clubs thinking that they are indestructible.
Fair point, Reece, but look at Man City, they've got over 100 charges on them, but will you see them go down there where we...
No.
3 years. It's been 3 years since that charges was applied to them, and nothing's still been happening.
I'm at the point now where the Premier League should just they should just give up.
And
They're never going to do it, so you may as well just move on.
And not being funny as well, I know it was a slightly different situation, but look at what happened with Rangers over a decade ago.
Don't remind me.
You got put down to the old third division. You had to call your way back.
Juventus had to do it. Parma had to do it.
Reed, Stenhousemuir, big teams have had to do it. And so why only in the last 3-4 years are we bringing in these daft, as Reece says, daft points deductions? I know Ant was going to spare on our WhatsApp chat, which was actually quite funny because I was laughing at him, and so I think was Michael. But
I mean, he knows his banter for us, but he knows outside it's not banter at all. But he knows from us it's genuine banter because we sympathise with him.
Yeah, but when the owner comes out on the club's TV and says, "We always try to comply with financial PSR rules," you don't try. You have to comply.
It's a mandatory obligation.
It's mandatory. I mean, not being funny, but these owners just don't know how
they are playing with our lives.
PSR. They're just playing with the clubs like they're a pet toy thing. And as soon as the heat gets into the kitchen, 99% of them will just say, "I'm going to ruin the club. I'm going to put his in doldrums like, what's his name at Sheffield Wednesday, for example.
Janziri.
Yeah, Janziri done it to them. So would it surprise me if the Leicester ownership done the same? No.
I'm honestly when I look at clubs that have gone through owners that don't care and they refuse to not care, and then they continuously trouble fans, and I'm like, and then they say, "Oh, they're trying." I've said it before about football fans when it comes or owners or even managers who say it's a process or we need all this. It's automatic red flags. They should be sacked immediately. I've said that before.
We can done this with the Glazers as well, by the way.
We'll get to them later, don't you worry. When it comes to if a manager says this is a process, this is a project, then they should be sacked during that press conference. I don't care if it's the first day. You sack them on the spot.
I want them straight away from me.
Immediately. If an owner is saying we're trying to comply with financial fair play and they are a rich owner, then the government should step in at that point and say, right, show us how much money you really have.
Well, we were meant to set up this football regulatory body within.
Never take that. Like, here's the thing: never take that at face value. But remember, never take that at face value because Gary Neville is a compulsive liar.
Yeah.
Here's the funny thing. Here's a true question for you. Which club in the 92 do you think will never be investigated for financial rules?
Oh, 92.
Out of the whole 92 clubs, which club do you think will never get investigated for financial regulations?
Well, it's going to be one of the Manchester clubs, surely.
No, not Manchester specifically, but I've just gave you a clue.
Chelsea.
No, not Chelsea. I just gave you a clue about Gary Neville. Which club do you think
Neville,
will never?
Salford City.
Salford will never get investigated because of Gary Neville. Think about it.
Oh my
God. Think about it. Because he's on the regulators. Because he's part of this whole thing, and because he's an owner, and also because he's linked in with the rest of that crew, who are just terrible pundits now. But think about it. They will never get investigated. Salford could literally get promoted all the way up. They'll never get investigated.
Jeez.
Like, think,
Well,
generally, think 2 minutes. Think to yourself for 2 minutes. That'll never happen.
No, Chelsea. Chelsea got investigated when Abramovich had to.
That should never have happened.
Chelsea.
That should never have happened. Abramovich has never once failed to comply with the Premier League. That's the funny thing.
No,
Abramovich has always complied.
But
It's because he's Russian.
But because he was a Russian oligarch, and there was that whole thing at the time.
Yeah.
His assets got totally frozen, and that's why it had to be sold. I think it was by the government in the end.
It was because of the Salisbury assassination.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the funny thing. It just proves it how racist the English FA is. That we all agree that Chelsea, like, they have at times, like, the money they've spent, it was absolutely wild and all that, but they've never once failed to break, because their ownership, their revenue streams, the way they sold players were all legitimate. Chelsea are the most legitimate owner under Abramovich. People want to say, oh, they bought the league. No, yeah, technically they did, but Chelsea are legitimate. You've got to spend to win. And Abramovich knew that. So the English FA proved how racist they were by kicking him out of the country, and he wasn't even allowed to sell the club he actually loves. It was taken from him. That's a fact.
Do you think there's a level of toxicity in the English FA? And if so, what about...
It's been all over the place.
Levels of toxicity?
It's been all over the place.
In the English FA?
I know that. I just want... Boy Wonder's comments here.
Boy Wonder, I'm Batman.
Yeah.
I'm Batman, thank you. I'll prove exactly where the toxicity is. When that whole European Super League came around, right, which was just as bad, even though it was even though it's been in the pipeline since 1987, but nobody wants to talk about that. But it's been in the pipeline since 1987. European Super League, that whole thing. Which two clubs came out the fastest?
Man United, Liverpool.
Yeah.
It was Chelsea and Manchester City.
Oh, yeah, it was. No, that's the thing. No, it was Chelsea, Man City. Yeah, it was.
Chelsea and Man City didn't want to be a part of it. And yet, which club was forced to have its owner removed?
Chelsea.
And which club is now still safe from investigation despite all these charges? Not despite all these charges, which club is safe from investigation?
Man City.
Man City.
And what four clubs are under continued scrutiny but continue to be saved by the media? Tottenham, Man City, Tottenham, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal.
Yeah.
For once in their stupid lives, Chelsea and Man City are completely guilt-free, and yet they're still the two clubs that continuously get harassed by fans and the media. Our clubs, well, as in mine and Stefan here, Man United and Liverpool are the guiltiest clubs in terms of those clubs that went into the European Super League.
50,000%.
And yet we are saved by the media. We are saved by the media. It's media in terms of managers or players, but it's never the ownership. The ownership never gets attacked by the media because Gary Neville loves his paycheck. He only came loud because of the Super League. He was quiet for all them years. If he genuinely cared about Man United, he would have spoken about the Glazers the minute he joined Sky.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah,
he's a 15-year phony. Same with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I'll call his ass out again right now. He was Glazers out when he was a player. He gets the manager's job. The Glazers are such great owners, and there's articles about that. So if anyone calls me a liar, he called the Glazers out in 2007. He got the manager's job. Oh, the Glazers are such good owners. The only former Man United player I've consistently seen seize Glazers out is David Beckham. He held up a scarf during the Milan Man United game, the green and gold scarves. He's never changed his opinion on the owners. But yeah, Solskjaer did. Neville didn't speak until 14 years later. So he's a phony. Like, the Glazers have to go, and good fans gave up their fandom for this club and went and built FC United in Manchester. So
who are doing very well in their own respective We got we've
Yeah.
got one of the best stadiums in the non-league. They're a fan-owned football club, and they maintain that they'll always be, no matter what league they play in, whether it's National North, South, National League, League Two, whatever. They always maintain that they'll be a
Fan-owned club.
club.
They would take investment. They would take investment if they wanted to, but they would never sell themselves as a fan, like away from being a fan. They are the Man United fans that you'll never see come back if the ownership changes. It doesn't matter; they'll still never come back because they were betrayed.
And,
Yeah.
and yes, we now have professional players on the books, but
Which is wonderful.
But when it was formed in the beginning, if memory serves correct, it was actual Man United fans in the players' shirts. When they were way down in the doldrums of whatever part of the English pyramid they were in, but we've had quite a meteoric rise through the leagues, and they've been able to build one of the best stadiums that's not attached to.
It's a lot of hard work.
It's
a lot of genuine hard work they've done, and I credit them for that. The
And
fact is,
especially got their funding from the Football for Supporters Fund as well to build that stadium.
Yeah.
So,
like they built that club out of hatred for the club that was betrayed by the ownership, and they'll never go back.
Exactly. And 90% of the workers don't even get paid. They're volunteers.
Yeah.
They help the club, they're just volunteers.
That's passion. That's passion.
The groundsmen, the people that sell programs, pies, work in the shop. Probably even on the board to some extent as well, guys. Let's be honest.
I think the reason why is because they have their own jobs. Like they'll have their own jobs elsewhere. They will refuse. I think the reason why is because they have their own jobs. That's their own income. They will refuse to take any money from FC United Manchester.
Which is good because it's not good if they're volunteers, but anyway, it is because it means that the money that we do get through fundraising events,
protects the club.
Goes into actual FC United of Manchester. You know where your money's going if you spend money for that club, buying a program, buying a shirt, whatever. You know that money is going to be invested back into the club in some way, shape, or form. And it would be so refreshing to see a championship or a really low-ranked Premier League team try that model just to see if it would work, rather than all these rich owners coming in. Yeah, they have the money, but at the end of the day, football's not about money in the background. It's about passion for the fans. It's about a release at 3 o'clock on a Saturday, 7:45 on a Wednesday, or a Tuesday if you're playing midweek. Because
it just shows how important it is to them. I'll share my screen. This is how important this club is to them. Just look at this badge. Look what it says underneath specifically. It's their 20th anniversary this season.
Yep.
Still the classic Manchester badge, obviously, which I absolutely love. You'll never see that again on a Man United badge. They're not allowed. Like, that's fully trademarked by FC United Manchester. Like, you'll never see it back on... Like, that's the closest you'll ever get. Like, the old school classic badges, but you'll never see it back on, like, them officially. This is the closest you're going to get. I want to see Manchester United Football Club back on the club badge. Like, even like that, like, classic... That one, there, 98 one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was nice.
That's a proper badge. I don't like the current badge because it has PLC on it. Manchester United should not be a publicly listed club at all. It should never have been, but this is their 20-year anniversary. There's the first squad.
Which was probably all fans, by the way, guys.
No, they are. They're all fans. Look at that. That's a beautiful kit. that is simple. This is what I hate about football clubs as well these days. Is like all their like oversimplified kits and all that. All these sponsors. It's just one club badge, one branded sponsor. Unfortunately, there's an England kit there, but we'll let it slide. But that's probably because the club is English, so it makes sense. But like, even still, like, it feels like a 1950s Manchester United with like just the badge and the kit, and that's it. It feels traditional, old school, and I was trying to find like what their wealth is, but like I can't find anything. But like, we used to have. Oh, was that a new kit there? No, that's just Man United. Never mind. I was trying to find. Oh, that can't be there. That can't be their kit, surely. If that is their kit, wow, that is nice. Even though it's New Balance.
What league are they currently in, Reece? I can't even
remember. Premier League division.
They do play today. They're actually playing at 3:00. They're playing against Prescott. Sorry,
Prescott.
Prescott at 3:00.
No, it's not. It's not New Balance. It's now O'Neill's now. The shirt.
Oh, is it? Nice. Yeah. That's their league record. 14 wins, 7 draws, 6 defeats.
Yeah,
that's not bad. Let's have a look. They won 3-2 in the last game in January.
Yeah,
don't get any.
You know who's in the current squad at FC United Manchester? Two former Premier League players. One of them was a former Hibs player.
You're joking.
Don't remind.
I need to see because I actually don't know who's in their squad. I want to see.
Yeah,
one of them was a former. One of them was came from the Liverpool Academy.
He's a striker. Research your clue. The Hibs player was a striker.
All right, okay. Let me have a
go up there. You've just gone past him.
Bloody hell, Lafondra.
Go back up. You just in the midfield.
Lafondra.
Yeah. Wow. You know, that's a decent squad and it's well balanced.
Yeah.
He looks like a registered offender. I'm sorry. Like, it just looks too creepy. Yeah, I'm sorry. It just looks too creepy, all right? I just have that opinion. They've only got one goalkeeper. That is class. we don't need a number 2.
If someone gets injured, someone from the sub bets will just take, you know.
I want to have a look. Wow, look at that, boys. Northern Premier League, they're 4th in the league.
If they win that league, I wonder if you go up to national North.
The highest it got up to was they did get the National League North eventually, and then they got relegated back to the Northern Premier League.
Yeah.
Sure.
They're miles clear of Lancaster City, so that's the derby at least. That's massive. League Town, well, they do league goals.
So if you win this week, they're back in the Nationals.
Yeah. Mind you, it's only one team that goes up. I don't think there's is there a playoff?
There is a playoff, yeah. Because it's 4 teams. Actually, not 3. So 3 teams. I think the National League North, one team goes up, and then the other team gets will go through the playoffs. So let me just have a look and just confirm that for you with that one. So
their total attendance 23,695. Their average is 1,500. Lowest is 1,046. Highest is 2,200. So that's the total attendance for the season.
Yeah. So let me just say 2 teams get relegated from the Northern League or to the Southern Professional League. That's how it goes. So yeah, and so the other teams, they go into the North play. Well, the relegation goes to the Northern Premier League, Southern Football League.
Yeah. I do like how specific they are about goals. Lafondra 10 goals, but he's had 3 penalties. I do like that. That guy's really cool.
It would be funny to see what Adam Lafondra is getting paid weekly now at FC United.
I think he's just happy that he's playing football in an own league, because I think he'll be way less than the average, non-league player.
Oh yeah,
because especially he's played across the globe now. He did play in Australia for a bit as well.
Yeah,
for a bit. So I think he's actually content, because he's actually the 3rd top goal scorer across the league in a joint. So
That's their kits there. Definitely classic. Like they'll never change from. This is old Manchester United, like the Newton Heath days, like green and gold with the red. Well, it's more like maroon red. The Red Rebels love it because obviously that rebellion against the former ownership. I didn't realize that Broadhurst Park the capacity was just under 5,000. But their average is 2,200. I'm hoping they can get that up. But at least a grass pitch, and not not stupid AstroTurf.
Yeah, so the 4 teams will play one spot for promotion of the National League North. So yeah, FC United Manchester, I've got they actually are a game in hand. So because some other games across the league they have been postponed due to what a lot of pitches. So there's still a chance actually as well because so they can get promotion to National League North, where I think in a way because that's with the National League system itself, I don't know if the National League games are on the Zone Sports. It might be either on behind the web seats, but if they do get to promote to the National League in a couple of years' time, they'll get that extra revenue from the Zone completely. So
which will be good. Yeah. So their final game. So they play the day before my birthday. They play Gilsley away. Then they play the week later. FC United Manchester play Hyde United at home, and then their final game of the season is against Ilkeston Town. That's not bad. And you know what? Fair play to these clubs for constantly going. When did they next play Lancaster? Did they play Lancaster again? No, they must have played them twice.
Yeah.
You know what? Fair play for them still going. They play this afternoon, then they play next Saturday. The next 3 games after the away game is at home. They've got to make that count. They have to make that count.
To be honest, from what I've seen,
I love that
on YouTube with Sam North and free away days and things like that. When they go down to places like FC United Manchester and they do all the videos, they have seemed to make Broadhurst Park a bit of a fortress.
£13 for an adult, £8 for a concession.
And really good prices down there.
Yeah, I'm just checking. No, I've got the exact values here. Sorry. So at FC United, we believe in affordable live football for all. I like that. So you can book you can do 10 ticket booking for £140, or you can get a concession 10 ticket book for £95. Under 5s go for free. That's fair. Under 18s £3. 18 to 21-year-olds is a £5. It's £10.50 for a concession, and it's £15 £15 for an adult. And it's £25 a year to become a co-owner of FC United Manchester. £25 you can become an owner of that club.
Reece has already got his thinking cap on going, can I afford £25 a year? Yeah.
I mean, I could easily afford that, like on them easily. But the reality is I'm not going to all this. The problem is I won't. And there's nothing against FC United Manchester, but the difference is I'm a Manchester United fan. I never went to FC United Manchester. I would have as an 8-year-old, but I never did. But I still want them to do well, but I barely know anything about that. I don't know much about what they do, so it would be wrong of me.
Well, there's another club in Scotland actually doing a very similar.
He's not getting involved at Hearts, right? He can say kiss. He can kiss.
No. I'm not talking about Hearts or any big club. I'm talking about Caledonian Braves and like the Scottish Lowland League. They play with like the Clyde Bank and all that. Caledonian Braves are on a similar kind of model.
Yeah, I have watched them. I remember there was a YouTube video about them. I remember this now.
Yeah,
no, he's right. Actually,
Sam North, Free Adventures. They're on a similar kind of model where they're a non-league club, Scottish non-league club, and you can become a co-owner in them as well. I think for roughly around about the same price.
Yeah, no, it is. No, you know what?
Manchester.
Let me just. I've got the website up now.
This is like what you're on about, but it's true.
I'm all right, thanks. I'm all right. It's not happening. Just for record, of course, for anyone that is watching us live whilst we're talking, because we are still nowhere near done yet. We've got a massive show today. The Manchester United Tottenham game has officially kicked off, so it's still wild. Man United are bloody 4th in the Premier League after such a disaster season. I'm not celebrating it. I'm not celebrating it. It's just wild that Man United are 4th in the league.
He says he's not, but secretly when he's off camera.
No, I don't celebrate fourth. I only celebrate winning the league, or that's the end of it. I called him out for it. That's just how it is for me.
Yeah, fair point as well. Right. Do you know what? Let's talk about Rangers, actually. Reese, this was your topic that you wanted to bring up after we had the chat last night. And looking at seeing the new Rangers with Danny Rotten, there was a lot of questions about him because he wasn't the first choice manager that they wanted.
Yeah.
Third choice or whatever. But it's such a such a huge turnaround that you're still in touch with Hearts, despite Hearts losing St. Mirror. You're still in touch with Deets of trying to even,
the Saints go marching in. Sorry.
You're totally going to get muted and booted. Carl's like, I'm plotting your demise.
I'm staying out. This is between two Man United fans. This is between you lot. I'm just saying.
He was making a St. Mirren dig at Hearts.
Do you know what? I couldn't care less because we were so straight against St. Mirren. It was so, but after the Halkett set it off, which was a set it off, Derek Face did not mince his words. So technically, I couldn't give a
absolutely top tier.
But I mean, that's the one thing I love about Derek McInnes. His interviews, pre-match and post-match, he does not mince his words at all.
Well,
no, that's
listen.
That's true. He doesn't.
It cost. Listen, I will say what happened on Tuesday. I watched the game, and actually, it was like when we go to Paisley, it's our bogey place. When we go to Paisley, right? That's the worst place for us. And I'll say this to my supporting person. And actually, I was speaking to one of his caretakers that looks after the accommodation, and we were saying the same thing. We'll go. It's like, we have faith. I'm just thinking, luckily, with Celtic's game against Aberdeen was postponed. Thank God for that, because I thought it get any worse if it happened, So, it gave us the weekend off. This gives us the weekend off because of the Scottish Cup to get our shit together. Thinking, right, we've got a huge game on Tuesday that gets you Bob down the road. So it just made me think, right,
I'm not on the basis of Hibs' performance on the Wednesday. We'll come on to that after this little segment, probably, to keep it in Scotland. I'm not looking forward to Tuesday one wee bit, because I remember what happened last time when I was there. I showed you on my view from what I call Shite Castle.
Tottenham do have a free kick in the attacking area in a minute. I'm just checking it now. Delivered in, and I think that's going to be it's going to be a throw. They've wasted that opportunity.
Yeah. So I'm not looking forward to that one bit, but I dare say it, with 10 men for a good portion of the game. He's actually done really well, but I actually thought Alexander Swallow, being the format he's been in all season, it was such bad defending for that last corner in the 87th, 88th minute. If Swallow had moved over, he would have saved that.
I think it was a collective disappointment for the team itself, which I will admit. I think with Finley trying to pass back to Halkett with a stupid, awkward pass and force Halkett, to try. What
was that all about, man? If you're a defender and you've got space, if you're not sure, as I used to always say to my kids when I coached kids football, put it out the bloody park, get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
Just put it anywhere, get rid of the ball, and it takes the pressure off you, at least for a couple of seconds, 10 minutes at least to get it.
I know. I just think, listen, we expected we were going to have a blip, and I think with our indisciplinary record, we've had 4 red cards in 5 games, which is not been good.
This couldn't have been the worst time. This is the worst time you have your blip.
It's probably, especially we've got at least less than 9 games to go before this.
Exactly, yeah.
And after exactly what happened last night as well, which you don't want. That resurgent 5-1 win is not what you want to see on the other side.
No.
especially a 5-1 win that didn't look it as well. Like into the game, like despite the red card,
No.
like Rangers were shooting, but they weren't getting anywhere. That second half, it was like a complete transformation.
Because I have to admit, from the 63rd to the 90th minute, yous were on fire.
Yeah.
Right? But up until that point,
Yeah,
Kilmarnock, even though with 10 men, they were
they
still
were
still
keeping
going
in.
forward. They could have snuck a wee chance here and there. But I must admit, Jack Butland's error to give them their goal, what a comedy error. It was just like, oh, I'll kick the grass. He missed the ball, booted the grass with his boot, and then it allowed
No, he passed it. He actually physically passed it. He didn't hit the grass. He passed the ball.
Right, sorry, no,
Yeah.
you're right, he did. He passed the ball, and it allowed Greg Keelty and just to go.
The worst thing about it as well, the worst thing about that pass as well is, in essence, yes, I do blame Jack Butland, absolute bozo gene there, but in elements as well, why is the defender passing back to him? He's got a wee bit of time for the Kilmarnock player actually pressures him.
Exactly.
He plays it too safe, and that is what cost Rangers the clean sheet. It cost Rangers the domestic clean sheet run they were on. Like I think it was 5 games without conceding a goal in the league or any Scottish competition. I think it was 5 games for conceding a goal.
Now, Reece, your dad, as we all know, used to be a professional footballer.
Mm-hmm.
What would your dad have done in that exact situation?
Well, my dad played like more of an attacking player, but if he saw his teammate doing that, he would probably run up to him and knock them on their arse.
Aye, but if he was playing today and he was in the exact same situation as the ball was when it
he would have feinted the defender, gone past him, and then he would have played it long.
Which, as I always say, if in doubt, boot the fucking ball away or out. Simple.
But he was under no pressure there, the defender, no pressure at all,
Exactly.
and he played it back to Butland without even being aware that there's an oncoming attacker. Where Butland's like, well, I don't even know why Butland tried to play it short anyway. It was stupid, but like Rangers at that point, honestly, like, the quality of the directiveness, the pressing, like even though it's against Kilmarnock, Rangers press Kilmarnock like they pressed like it was a European team, like a big European team. They really took it in, and I was really impressed. Mikey Moore for me, outstanding. Like
you need to sign him up permanently now.
I agree.
That is the one thing I will say, and this is coming from a Hibs fan.
There's no permanent obligation. Like there's no obligation clause in it. It's just a loan, so Rangers can't do anything until the end of the season.
I know, but in the summer, you need to get the checkbook out and sign that laddie up.
I think the only way
5, 6 years, whatever, you need to sign him up.
I think the only way Rangers sign Mikey Moore permanently is if Mikey Moore does what he thinks Rangers will do at the end of the season. That's win the league. I think the only way that will convince Mikey Moore to stay is if Rangers win the league.
Right. Let's look at it this way.
And that's an incredible mentality, especially from an 18-year-old. The fact that he'll stay only if they win the league. Like, I think that's a good mentality.
Aye, but let's look at it like this. Danny Rowe came into the club. He wasn't the first choice. I think he was further. He was third choice. I'm pretty sure he was third choice. Came into the club.
Yeah, because the first choice they wanted to carry Muscat, and that did.
That's right. Aye.
Yeah, only because he wanted to stick to the end of the season, which I understand. Like he was important.
So, in Danny Rowe's press conference, when he was getting introduced to media live on our favourite football news channel, besides this one, he said, I know I need to hit the ground running. I need to win games. Now, since he's come into the club,
big chance Casemiro almost scored.
Your goal difference, has gone astronomically through the roof. He's taken 42 points out of the Premier League. When he came into the club, he was 8th. Looking down the table rather than up, let's be honest. Thanks to
It's about 2.8 points per game accumulated.
Voldemort number 2. Well, every time I look at the XG on the highlights or whatever, be it sports internet, whatever,
Yeah.
your XG is always round about the 2 mark. Always.
Yeah.
Always round about the 2 mark. And that shows because he's changed the way you play for the better. I mean, it's like watching Rangers of the early 2000s, the late 90s, when we play as now. Yes, you didn't win at Easter Road, thank God. Well, thank God for Carl as well. I was actually very surprised that we held you that day. I think we're
Same.
one of the only teams to really go toe-to-toe in the league besides your Glasgow neighbours just over
Yeah.
the road. And I think that shows testament to what Danny's done. I mean,
Yeah.
I know we all joke about row your boat gently down the stream, but it actually seems to be working. And I think if it's not going to be this season, I'll come out and say, Hearts, if they win the league, they're not going to defend it. That's categorically done because you'll have a resurgent Celtic. You're definitely going to have a resurgent Rangers. They'll want their title back. And it's going to be back to the league table of all next season with it just being a straight scrap between Rangers and Celtic for the title.
I don't think so. I think Hearts will be there in the long haul going forward. I think there will be one of the with James and Tony.
You'll be like third, but I don't see it going on another run like this. I'm sorry to say.
I disagree. I could see maybe not win. I think we'll be title challenges next season because, in a way, yes, we're surprised everyone because usually when we had this situation 20 years ago, when all that shit happened under Rosa Romanoff and all that shit, and I think this time there's no messing about. At least we know what we do now under the analytics with McInnes, and now we've got a vision now that McInnes could be their Hearts for the long haul, regardless where if he's there for the next 5-10 years. We have got a plan. If this happens, we know what we do. And I think that's the huge big thing because I think that was the vision that Hearts did not have 20 years ago, where we were ridiculous amount of money. We had these big ambitions. Where Tony Bloom he's got the money, but he can prove he can back it up what he's done at his other clubs that he owns. So this is why I still think if we win the title or not this season, I think we'll still be the challenging there because we have got a big ambitions where we want to go.
And what you need to do now is come back for this mini sort of break. I pray it's not on Tuesday. I pray to God it's not on Tuesday. But what you need to do is you need to start winning again because they say it, but Rangers and Celtic are right down your necks. You had a 9 point.
And we predicted they will be there. It was not going to be I think majority of the fans will know that at some point Rangers Celtic will come back eventually. We're not going to blow them away, And like I said, and this is it's the same thing what's happened with Coventry down in the championship, in English Championship. They were 8 points ahead or so just a couple of weeks ago. They're now 11 points ahead of goal difference ahead of Middlesbrough. And I think Frank Lampard said we expected this is going to happen. I think McInnes has been saying the same thing across the players because we know that. So
it's about getting the right manager, getting the squad perfectly tuned to that manager. That's why, if Danny Rowe had taken, say, just 15 points when they came in, if he had taken just like 15 to 18 points, then he would not have deserved any form of investment in January. He would have had to wait till the summer. The fact that he has accumulated over 40 points since he's came in is a massive record for any new manager into a club in Scotland since taking over. Like that does not happen at all. Like that generally doesn't happen after like a change in manager. So the fact he's done that shows that, and they're scoring goals, and they're scoring bigger chances. They're converting those chances. They're dominating teams on the pitch. They're playing like a team that are willing to outwork opponents and still dominate games. Like I've compared them before. It feels like Dortmund under Klopp, except I'm just really enjoying the football. I don't know how long it'll last, but he has to do what Gerrard didn't get. If he does win the league, he has to keep getting investment in. They cannot all of a sudden say we're not going to spend. They have to keep spending to ensure that they can keep going on and on.
I think this style of football is for you to last as long as Daniel is manager of Rangers.
It's the style of football that I particularly like. I like a German way of football. I like high press in football that players will outwork other teams, but they'll still play direct and attack using everybody. I like that.
Let's be honest, you're this podcast channel German football expert, so yeah.
In a way, it feels like Dortmund, but also feels like that Bayern treble team under Heinke, where they used the same style, but they kept more of the ball and more possession. Rangers are mixing both of them together, and they're just dominating. It's no surprise Danny Rowe liked both of those styles of teams.
Yeah,
you can see it, but as well that he's not willing to stick to one system. He will change it. In some games, they'll play a 4-3-3. In some games, they'll play a 4-2-3-1. But the style of play doesn't change.
No.
The only difference is Asgard will be told, today you're playing as a number 8. The next game, you're going to play number 10. And he's fine. He's assimilated so well. It's good to see Skov Olsen getting his first goal as well. That was a really nice goal.
What a nice finish.
Really classic goal. Ant-Man finally got his first goal as well since joining the club. Like, Mikey Moura goal and an assist. Yeah, Mikey Moura goal and assist. It feels like Rangers have got 2 players for each position, but in the summer they still need to spend. I don't know where they actually need to spend, but I think striker might be, but Miovski getting a goal is good, but that Nadiri done well.
Goalkeeper in there really good.
I think honestly Rangers do, because I'm starting to, even though Butland has games where he is good, I think Rangers do need a different goalkeeper. Like maybe they bring back McCrory. I'd like if they went and brought McCrory back. I think he'd be really good under Danny Rowe.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, it's still a long way to go in the title race. Like I said,
and they're spending money as well. Like it's not like they're spending money this time and you're concerned where it's going. Like they're spending money on players that fit.
You can say both Hearts and Rangers spend on the players where they need to do. I think Hearts will spend a bit more, invest more next season because we know where the limitations are. But at least it's good enough for now to keep us in the, trying to get it for the title. If where Celtic situation, Celtics we spoke about on Monday night, and they are even going to sign Oxlade-Chamberlain. Like that deal's going to be done and through.
That is so flaming stupid of a deal. It doesn't make any sense.
No, and the thing is, does Celtic have enough, especially the players one of the players that was supposed to join permanently is now John on loan because he was worried about his medical issues. And now, what does Celtic do? Yeah. So the question is, can Celtic keep up? Because I think at the moment, yes, on the amount of, I think Celtic will just drop out a bit. I think it's between Hearts and Rangers now towards the end of the season.
It's a big ask for Martin O'Neill to turn around. They're playing good football, but like say, like this is the weird thing. Like we spoke about it on the
transfer deadline.
Yeah. Cunha nearly scored from 35 yards. Jesus.
Yeah, there was talking about on Monday night. Yeah, about that.
My biggest thing about Celtic is, and it's what they've got an interim manager. Same with Man United. Celtic proved that even an interim manager, if there's something there that makes sense to improve the team, you bloody invest in them. And they didn't. Man United needed a midfielder. They didn't get it. Celtic needed a midfielder. They brought one in for Martin O'Neill. If Martin O'Neill's getting investment, why not just give him the permanent job?
Because
doesn't matter if he's old. Like he's got good young people around him to work with.
But that's how he sees it. He sees it for himself as he's too old for the job because he's 73. There were no good managers that have gone way past that. Look at Neil Warnock. Look at the guy who was in charge of AJ Auxerre back in the late 1990s. He looked like he was 85 or something. but
Yeah.
honestly all the time. But I just don't think Martin O'Neill wants it on a permanent basis.
Well, he's there. He's actually there permanently, even though he's not interim now. He's permanent till the end of the season. He was interim in the last role, but he's now permanent for. It's just like, okay, then if he's only permanent till the end of the season, then what is your plan going forward after? If
Mm-hmm.
because would you expect to have Sean Maloney become successor? I don't think that's going to work.
God, no.
I just don't think it will work completely. It's a bit concerned with that one. With that, I just can't see it working. So where does Celtic go from there after the end of the season? So that's a huge question they need to really discuss. Especially you got some issues around the board as well. Especially a certain shareholder was named in the Epstein files. So
Yeah, who is that again?
Dermot Desmond.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that not the same guy that saved them from going from bankruptcy?
Yes, that's the same guy. Yeah.
I mean, is it? I mean, I know people take the mick out of Celtic's history in a way about what happened years ago, but isn't it not a weird irony that Dermot Desmond has been named on this when Celtic tried to get away from that type of individual?
Mm-hmm.
With all the legal case that's going on right now with their club, it just seems really bloody bizarre. But they got rid of one, they got rid of the other. But here's the thing: the weird thing is he is a billionaire, and they don't act like it as well.
Yeah,
they act in the worst way.
Yeah, it's a fair point as well. Actually, yeah. Just see the other score lines across the EFL. We'll just get that up as well, just to see where things are in the lunchtime kickoff as well. So let's see. Okay, got it up now. So it's still in the championship. It's 1-0 to Ipswich Town at Derby at the Pride Park. It's 0-0 between Norwich and Blackburn Rovers. Managers Blackburn Rovers at the moment. Southampton are still 0-0 against Watford. In League One, Port Vale have leading against Burton Albion, and Bradford City is still drawing 0-0 at Kenneth Road, and it's still 0-0 in the League Two games as well too. So yeah, on the latest scores on that one, but. Yeah, it's interesting with that, what we discussed with the topics. Looking at teams from the financial side of things, the teams in the bottom half of the Premier League. Leeds took a gamble not signing a striker because they know that they didn't want to break the FFP rules, and they're complying to it, which I could understand. It was a gamble; they could take the risk. You have teams like West Ham who spent money on two strikers who are not proved themselves in the Premier League yet. Sean Larson going from Wolves to Crystal Palace, and you have Adam Armstrong, and you have Adrian Gomez signing for bloody Wolves with an option to buy for £6 million, for what I've heard, and then the sign Adam Armstrong. And then the biggest laugh was, Mateta's failed move to AC Milan due to his knee injury. So there's a lot of risk of these clubs financially. They're trying to stay in the Premier League, especially.
Yeah. I mean. If you look at it from those points, deadline day was a comedy for those three players. Because as I maintained while you were working, Reece, I know you popped on at various points when you could shoot it in.
Yeah.
But as I maintained when you were working, for me, Strand Larson is not worth $48 million.
No, he's not.
15 to 20 at best.
I think the value they put him was about 50 to 25 million at least.
And
bracket.
The funny thing was when they brought up all his stats on the telly, his current market value, you've just said it, Carl, was 25 million.
Yeah.
And they paid 40.
And it's funny enough. I said it before we went to. Before Carl mentioned it. You went have a guess at what the value is. I just said for a laugh, 25 million.
You got it, man.
Yeah.
Got it.
I didn't look. I just guessed, and I was like, I bet you it wouldn't surprise me, but it's just where they are. It's just embarrassing. It's proper embarrassing.
Yeah.
Obviously, today is a major thing as well. Obviously, we will say as well, today we all obviously honour those that lost their lives in the Munich air disaster, but
Oh gosh, yeah.
Just if you are going to honour those who lost their lives, please don't ask Grok what happened.
I know.
I've seen a lot of that the past couple of days, and it's absolutely embarrassing.
There's the reason why I have now deleted my Twitter account, and I feel a little bit more happier. I feel more not have to look at it every so often. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me feel embarrassed as a Man United fan that there's people that are generally asking Grok, "Is this real? Did this happen?" Of course it did. Goodness sake.
Mm-hmm.
There was movies about it, for crying out loud.
I know. But you watch it, then you understand it. Do you know what? It took one of my friends, Anthony Harris, who's my date fan. His comment that was all over on Twitter. The way that brought him up to respect everything, and he was actually public. It was up there. It shared out to millions of people, thousands of people. He really, so much in that.
I mean,
and I think even as a Leeds fan, saying, you got to think, those players, came for the ranks and they lost their lives in a disaster that could happen to any one of us.
Yep. I mean, I've got Twitter lads, but I very, very rarely use it for personal stuff. I'll tell you what the significant is. Michael Waldice is typing away furiously there. The significant of this is because it's all about the Minute Matters campaign for heart disease, for exploring health and well-being, mental health.
Yep.
It's good to talk, all that kind of stuff.
Yep. It's partnership between Sky Bet and the British Heart Foundation to shift the dialogue between heart health and emergency response across the UK. As of this month, this is the Heart Month awareness in February, and it's to try to aim us to get trained by learning CPR, which I have done for my workplace through the first aid training, which was very, very good. Supporters can use the British Heart Foundation free user online training tool. Takes 15 minutes.
Major news. Christian Romero has just been sent off for Tottenham.
So it's typical.
Straight red.
That does not surprise me. Given
honestly, lads,
he
is sliced Mainu, and I mean he is proper sliced them.
He's done that out of frustration, and I'll tell you why. Given his comments about
it's Casemiro, sorry, because the way they positioned it, it looked like Mainu. It's Casemiro, even worse.
Whoever it was, it doesn't matter. He's done that out of frustration. Given his comments this week in the media about Tottenham's transfer policy and deadline day, he branded it as disrespectful.
No wonder he wants
and
out.
Disgraceful. Yeah. Disrespectful and disgraceful. So no wonder he's just sliced.
He's kicked. What he's done, right, is he's kicked. So he's went to win the ball. He's kicked at him, and then he's stamped right into the ankle. Like he is proper stomped on him. Really bad. It's totally unnecessary, and
that to me sounds like he's done it out of frustration because he doesn't want to be involved in the game, so he's giving himself an early bath.
Yeah.
And the consequence of that'll be he'll get a 3-game ban or 6-game ban, whatever.
He'll get a 3-game ban. It's not gonna be overturned.
And Tottenham could perceivably, hopefully, go on to do the usual kind of capitulate and lose the game now because of that instinct.
Well, listen, he's only going to get the 3-match ban, so that's inevitable anyway. So,
but if he's acting out against the cup car, we all know where this is going to lead at the end of the game.
Yeah, but does the Tottenham board have the cojones to deal with it? Probably not.
No, and that's the thing. They won't deal with that, so he'll put in a transfer request just like he sat and done, just like Ivan Toney done whatever to go to Saudi. He'll get his way at the end of the day because Tottenham won't want to have this kind of flack.
Yeah, we get it.
This kind of heat on the club.
I completely sympathise I completely sympathise with Romero in terms of like the absolute frustration that Tottenham didn't spend. That's this is all the people who are having a go at Ronaldo about he's went on strike. Romero's doing the exact same thing.
Yeah,
Like he's had enough.
He's had
And I don't blame him. They're bringing on Dragusin. They're taking off.
if it's actually great, then that's a bit of that. Then
number 20 is that Sar?
so
Let me have a look. Let me have a look. It's 28. It's 28. No, it's Odobert.
Odebert's going off then. So
wow, that's mad.
Yeah. Actually, so Michael, thank you for the response. Anyway, listen, I'm going to put the link there. If you guys want to learn CPR in 15 minutes, please click on the website below that we shared on it. Go to the British Heart Foundation and out there and learn the CPR in 15 minutes. It is quite simple. Like I said, you never know, especially at a critical moment as well. You will get to learn everything 15 minutes of the basic improv do CPR. It matters. It's free. You don't have to cost. You can do it on your phone or your tablet and get a cushion to practice on. It will help you. It will help you. It will help you save a life. Because less than 1 in 10 survive in the UK. Completely, and especially each year, over 45,000 people have an out hospital cardiac arrest across the UK.
That'd be lovely. Yes,
and I'll tell you, 300 people, over 300,000 people have complete Reviver, and they have increased 40% of the CPAP of using Reviver. So please use that in training if you want to, because like I say, it can happen anywhere out of hospital.
Luke Shaw's down. Yes.
Yep, there's a clash of H between Manu and then Gallagher. Yeah, bloody hell. I know you don't like Buddy. I know you don't like Buddy Manu. I know you don't like Kev Shaw Reese, but I know about that, It's now 2-1 at Port Vale. Port Vale, equalised, regained the lead after Ben Irish scored in the 26th minute. It's 1-0 now at Swindon Targets All Athletic. After that, well, what a week for Ian Holloway to come out with that.
Speaking of Swindon Town,
that's what I'm coming on to right now.
And you know why I'm laughing? Because I posted it in the Championship WhatsApp, the link to his, let's just say, rather colourful outburst.
But he had a point, though.
Oh, God, yeah, but I was just, I couldn't stop laughing. I would love to see that passion in Scottish football. I would love to see Ian Holloway come up, maybe manager, a Kilmarnock, a Dundee, or whoever's coming up to the Scottish Premier, be it St Johnson or Partick or whoever, and do that in Scottish football. That would just be amazing to hear and see.
Oh, that was one person. That would have been Buddy Martindale until you moved upstairs.
Reese, did you hear Ian Holloway rant?
No, I haven't seen anything from him in a long time.
Oh, Reese, you need to go onto YouTube, my friend. Type in Ian Holloway rant and it comes up.
I'll have a look.
Yeah.
Honestly, have a look because you'll think, you'll laugh and you'll think, well, he's got a point.
Nice. I'll have a look.
Absolutely. So we're coming after 1 o'clock actually at the moment. So yeah, bloody hell. I'm not going to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo because I felt the point after the way he's been.
Was he playing yesterday afternoon?
No, he's refused to play. He's still on strike.
Second time. Yeah, he's second game out. He's not refused to play.
To be fair, I'll say this though, despite getting paid all that money, at least he's went, I'm sticking by my principle. This club isn't doing what it should be doing. I'm not bothering to play. Why should I bother to play? You know what? Fair play to him.
Yeah, but is someone going to spend £43 million for a 41-year-old player? No.
Yeah, and I don't believe that Man United are bringing him back.
Oh hell no.
Gents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just seen something that's absolutely made me feel sick.
What?
One second. Let me just make sure I actually fit. No, that can't be true. Waiting for it. What the fuck?
This will be interesting when you're gonna share out.
Have you ever heard of Eve Wrestling? It's like an all women's promotion in the UK.
Yes.
I've
Ospreay
heard of it. That's news to me. So
Will Ospreay produced it, right? They've just done a random like show where like Cena pulls up and he's up against like their DX.
No, that can't be right. No way.
What?
Oh, it's it's like oh, you can't physically see him, so someone's like doing a joke of like Cena where he's actually destroying their crew in a ring.
No
I'll put it in the chat. I'll put it in the chat. I'm not kidding. I mean, to be fair, it's an account I blocked because he stole my YouTube media, but he stole my YouTube and my Twitter stuff that I produced. But I'll still send it to you.
Right, let me see this because I'm gonna watch this actually. Even though I don't have Twitter, I can still actually watch the video. So
I mean,
yeah, I've seen it now.
1-0 Man United.
Yeah.
And it's in Buemo.
I hear his music. Oh, you can't see him. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I see it now. It's so funny actually. Oh my god. Yeah. Like the invisible John Cena. Yeah. Oh my god, that is actually funny actually. Yeah.
It's a really nice goal as well, and it goes past 5 players on his stronger foot as well.
Fair. I will watch the goal anyway.
So nice.
Yeah, I'll watch it. The goal. We'll come off air shortly because we've pretty much discussed pretty much everything actually. So, other business for everyone?
None for me. I think I've covered everything today that I thought I was going to physically cover, but top tier.
Stefan?
Oh, that is just weird.
Yeah.
Fair
I mean, it's a funny parody. You know what I mean? Like it's a funny
parody. Yeah. Oh, Michael's asking you this. You look at that reaction. That reaction says it all there. That reaction says it all there. Oh,
respectfully.
No.
I do not want. I don't want an ex-player again getting the job, and I just don't want it at all. I don't care if he somehow he could honestly like it's impossible, but he could win the Premier League, and I still wouldn't give him the job permanently.
It's like Roberto Di Matteo again. If when the Champions League, and then all of a sudden,
give it me your next permanent Man U manager. Can you give it to Michael, please?
Tuchel or Nagelsmann. Simeone outside chance.
And with the last outside chance, where's Enrique?
Actually, I have been told about this one because I can't see Enrique. I think Enrique will sign a long-term contract at PSG.
If he does, he's an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they'll sack him.
I remember something. He was linked to that Chelsea job in the interview, and he was like, "No, I'm not going to this club with that project. The way you're interfering with what you want to do." So,
I hope it doesn't happen, but yeah.
I hope it will as well. Well, do you know what, gentle? We'll finish it off then. And like I said, thank you for everyone for watching and then message it in. We myself, Stefan, Annie, and Michael will be on tomorrow night to do the championship review. Especially, I'm back on for the first appearance for a while. So
nearly 2-0. Nearly 2-0 there. Casemiro header. Vicario saves it pushes it over the bar.
Yeah.
United have come out full cylinders now.
Not surprising as well. And also, I am back on the side of the show for the next 2 more weeks as well, since I have my
Woohoo!
So, yes, I'll be back here to do that until I get my next
Mhm.
rota in 2 weeks' time for the rest for end of February to early March. So,
Put it
but
this way: when he's here, we're on Talk Studio. When he's
Yeah.
not here, we're on StreamYard.
exactly.
Aye.
Suicide Squad on repeat.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. But the good news is actually, because I have got 8 days off left, I got 8 days left of my annual leave. I have taken them off in March. So I should be free around, I think it's around mid-March. So about the first, second week of March. So yeah.
Decent.
Yeah. So
Cool.
I'm back on a bit more capacity.
That does. I'll respectfully say, Michael,
No.
in the nicest way,
For me.
it means genuinely fuck all. You can win the Manchester Derby, you can beat Arsenal, you can dominate a 10-man Tottenham, but in all due respect, it still means nothing because it's an interim manager. We saw what happened the last time we gave a former player the permanent job after a good interim run. He decided to play complete opposite football. I don't trust Carrick if he gets the job permanently, and I don't want it, so no thanks.
You hear from both of the Man United fans here completely here. So
Yeah.
that's right. Gentlemen, thank you very much as always. I appreciate that. And like I said, we'll be back on at the same time next Saturday at 11:30, especially because as I'm not working, I'm glad I'm not working. Listen, I love joy working, but to swap it around because it makes it easier for me. And also because the Six Nations is on and it's Scotland against England next weekend. So technically,
Scotland.
yeah. So technically, the town's going to be heaving. The city's going to be heaving next weekend. So
I think is it up here or is it down south?
Up here.
So it's up here. It's Murrayfield High.
I think Scotland will win that, to be honest.
We'll see. We will see because
We'll get you a half and half shirt, Carol, right?
No. Hell no. Look at Reese's face. No. Hell no. Don't do that. No. I will get killed. I'll get killed. You trying to make me die, you know.
Well, actually, no, because I need a gig buddy, so no.
Good. Yeah, you will need to get. You have to find a place for a gig buddy. We're not going to do the same stuff that we both do together as gig buddies together. So yeah. So think that one carefully before you put a hit man on me.
No.
Reese's face says it all completely.
And he's back in the room.
No, I was there the whole time. I was sitting there stunned.
Michael, do you not hear? I'm going to ask you this. You don't hear a Scottish accent, right? It's more. These guys don't have a Yorkshire and Jamaican accent, right? I've been living in Scotland for at least over a decade, but I was born in England. Yeah. Just to get that one out of the way. Are you putting something on that chat, on that stream chat?
No, but if I do, then I'm just looking at painful torture
It's
techniques.
not me with Mander here.
I was looking at them torture techniques
Oh,
for half and half wearers.
Oh Jesus! Yeah.
Oh. Chemical torture is certainly a useful.
And on that bombshell, it's time to end the show. Thank you very much for watching. As well, we also will see you guys at the same time next week. Goodbye from all three of us. Bye-bye.
Bye.